and welcome back to Better Financial Health in 15 minutes or less with Stacey Hyde. I want to talk today about student loans. As you're probably aware, especially if you have a student loan, there's been a student loan moratorium that has actually been extended yet again. I do want to bring up an important matter though. The existing servicer has decided not to renew their contract with the federal government. So what this means is we don't know who will be the servicer and who has to figure out what everybody owes come January 1. So that brings up a very special circumstance. If your income that was used to calculate your income-based repayment plan, if it has fallen due to the pandemic or maybe something else has changed, go ahead and recertify your income now, because the servicer's there, they can do it, they're authorized to act, and there's not a big rush right now because nobody's paying anything. So you can likely get that done without too much hassle if you go ahead and do it right now. So if your income has fallen, go ahead and submit that documentation and get that payment amount updated. Don't pay anything, but get that amount updated. Now, if your income has gone up, don't do anything because it's likely to take them a while to do it. And the reason I say don't do anything is if you're on an income-based repayment plan and you're likely to have your loan balance forgiven after making 20 years of payments, these deferred payments count towards your 20 years. So in that sense, you're paying less than you would otherwise have to pay. If you are working in public service, so you might be eligible for the public loan service forgiveness. And they've actually, and this is a big game changer. If you have a loan that maybe previously you had tried to see if you were eligible, but you didn't have the right kind of loan, or you had refinanced or something like that. In one of the recent tax bills, they expanded the ability for people to fix their loans. So definitely Google that. It's public loan service forgiveness. So if you're working for a not-for-profit, if you are working for a government agency, if you're a teacher in a high-need school district, or working as a physician in a rural area, or a not-for-profit hospital, this is something you definitely want to explore. And even all of these payments that were suspended will count toward your 10 years. And the really good thing about the public loans forgiveness program is that whatever the amount of loan that is forgiven, that is not taxable income to you. So it's a really great program if you qualify. So if you qualify, or if you're married or in a relationship with somebody who might, definitely worth taking a look at. The other one is maybe you have had a big raise and you haven't been making payments, but maybe you've invested during the pandemic and you got lucky on some stock picks and they've made a lot of money, and you actually have enough money that you could pay off your loan. With the way the stock market's gone up, and what goes up can come down, and you're not going to be eligible for loan forgiveness or anything like that, and you have the funds to pay off that loan, go ahead and pay off all. But depending on what you expect, if you think that there may be some loan forgiveness in one of these packages in Congress, 10, 25, 50,000, you may want to leave that amount out there, but go ahead and get those funds ready to pay off the bulk of those loans, because you haven't been incurring interest, so you can actually get ahead instead of it being something that just kind of hangs over you for a long, long time. So those are my key points. If you are eligible or think you might be, explore the public loan service forgiveness. There's actually a form you can fill out. You put your loan information on it, you fill out your employer information, you take it to your employer's HR department, they sign off on it, you send it in, and they will come back and tell you how many payments you have and how many you have to go. So definitely something worth looking at. And then if your income has fallen, go ahead and recertify your income. That's an important thing to do as well. And then if you have made some good investments and you could pay off your loans, if I were betting, I don't think they're going to forgive loans over $10,000, but I think that the likelihood of them forgiving $10,000 is probably over 50%. So if it were me, I'd look at and I had the money to do it, I would look at paying off all but $10,000 and then just waiting. Because then you've cleaned up your balance sheet, you have less debt and one less thing to worry about. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in to Better Financial Health in 15 minutes or less, and I'm Stacey Hyde.